It is very common in Africa to experience coups. Some turn out successful, others unsuccessful. Burkina Faso, after experiencing a successful coup on the 30th of September 2022, is now under the leadership of President Ibrahim Traoré, and his rules and decisions are taking the world by surprise. This is a report and I'm yours, Doris. But before getting to the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the Next Generation Media channel so you don't get to miss out on any of our subsequent videos. So, Ibrahim Traoré, currently the youngest president and second youngest state-serving leader, is making headlines with all the changes he's bringing to Burkina Faso. Many are saying he's rising against the narrative of African countries must bow to Western countries. Now, we're going to look into all of his changes and decisions on this video, but first, let's listen to him talk about how he wishes to change the atmosphere of elections in Burkina Faso.
Parce qu'il faut qu'on quitte ce concept d'élection, ça se passe juste à la capitale, non. Tout le monde est burkinabé au même titre. Il faut que les gens arrivent à aller dans tous les villages.
Sur l'ensemble du territoire.
Sur l'ensemble du territoire. Passer le message de leur programme. Qu'est-ce qu'ils comptent faire pour les Burkinabés. Et que les Burkinabés puissent choisir qui ils vont voter. Sinon, si ça se limite à un groupuscule, quand vous prenez les statistiques des élections passées, non, c'est déplorable. Sur 24 millions de personnes, si on se retrouve avec 3 millions qui votent, je pense pas que ce sont des élections. La masse populaire se retrouve à souffrir seulement parce que, voilà, c'est pas représentatif.
We can definitely tell that President Ibrahim Traoré is looking to up the election game in Burkina Faso so that it's fair for the entire population. You hear him talk about the fact that for the last election that was done, we have 24 million inhabitants, but only 33 million were able to vote, which shows some sort of improportionality with those who are going to vote for the future of the country. And it's looking to reach that point where there's a massive population that is coming out to vote, so we can think that the elections are fair and square for all those in the country. And this particular vision he has is very needed by Burkina Faso, because if we look into Burkina Faso's history, it is a country with the highest number of successful coups. 9, of which 2 occurred in a year. That is the year he himself took power. Let's look at the chart showing the last 3 presidents of Burkina Faso and the days they were installed and the days the coups took place and all of that. So this is from Wikipedia. If we look keenly at the image, we find that the last president, that's last elected president, was Roch-Marc Christian Kabore, who started his presidency 29 December 2015. Then a coup happened on the 24th of January 2022, earlier the year 2022, and he was overthrown by Paul Henry Santiago Damiba. And later that year, on the 30th of September, like we mentioned, 2022 as well, Ibrahim Traoré did another coup and overthrew Paul. And now he is a president. He has been a president for 2 years, 3 years and 144 days with records to this particular publication. And he promised that in 2024 he was going to do another democratic election, but he did not keep to that promise. That was in June, supposed to do that in June 2024. But I guess it was not maybe a point of he didn't want to do it, but I think there's a lot still to be done. He feels there's a lot still to be adjusted in the government system. That's what I believe. And currently, the one thing that I think he has done that has really touched the media is the fact that he decided that all the land in Burkina Faso is now state-owned. That's now the government has full control of all the land in Burkina Faso. And he said he's doing this mainly to give the government control, not just so some sort of power move, but somehow to enable proper use of land in the country, to prevent foreign countries from purchasing so much land and somehow pushing the public, the people who actually need this land, need to use this land, to the side. Many are saying he is teaming up with South Africa because they also released a new land law, but I would like to differ, because when we look at the South African law that was being released, it's focused on redistribution of land, while he is talking about giving this full authority of all the land in Burkina Faso to the government for proper management. So they are saying, I think there are rumors like they are teaming up, Burkina Faso and South Africa teaming up against Donald Trump, because everybody knew Donald Trump was against the land reform policy that South Africa brought out. But I would think that it's just maybe the media trying to form some sort of links where there are no links, unless the president comes out and be, okay, I am supporting South Africa for what they did, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. But I think he is just seeing that, okay, giving the power of the land and everything back to the government will help the government better manage the land. Because we find a scenario in Africa where a lot of land is being purchased by foreign countries, foreigners. That's a lot of our land is being purchased by other people, by people that are out of the country, and somehow now prevents us from using the land to the best of its capacities or ways that can help us. So I believe this is what President Ibrahim saw, because he also mentioned that he's going to stop foreign countries from purchasing land in Burkina Faso. So there's going to be a very limited access to land. It's going to be like strict ways. If you want to get land, you have to really go through the government, so that way the government can know the in and outflow of land purchases in the country. We have a lot in the media, people talking about how he's somehow against Trump, or he and Trump are somehow in this like battle, this kind of silent battle, because I believe during Trump's inauguration, he was invited but did not show up. And now, just after South Africa had the land policy that Trump was against, he has another policy that has come up. So they're putting like this Trump versus Ibrahim scenario on the media. But I believe he and Trump are those people that have decided that they're taking their country to heart. Trump is all about making America great again. He is saying he wants to reform Burkina Faso, which they definitely need that. And I'll say these are two presidents that are doing well for their country. Sometimes when you find out presidents take their country's interest to heart, it might seem like they are going against each other while they are just going for their countries, which in a way might clash with the interests of other countries. For example, we get to find out that he is not in a good stand with the French government, the French president. They had driven out the French troops from their country because they believed they were not helping them to better the fight against the terrorists. So they stopped them from having access in that light. And we also had a video where the French president was somehow referring to them as being ungrateful, and he had to react to that video. Let's watch that.
Il a aussi insulté tous les Africains.
Je crois qu'on a oublié de nous dire merci. C'est pas grave, ça viendra avec le temps.
Il y a une partie qui a retenu mon attention, là où il parlait d'ingratitude.
L'ingratitude, je suis bien placé pour le savoir, c'est une maladie non transmissible à l'homme.
Lui, il est humain, notre ingratitude n'est pas transmissible à lui. Voilà comment ce monsieur voit l'Afrique, voit les Africains. Nous ne sommes pas des humains à ses yeux. Je pense que s'il n'est pas athée et qu'il prie, à chaque matin qu'il se réveille et qu'il prie, il devrait aussi prier les Africains. Parce que c'est grâce à nos ancêtres qu'il existe aujourd'hui une France. Il devrait nous prier.
Okay. So I rarely see presidents be so head-on and like being clear against maybe their dislike for each other's attitudes. The president of France, definitely what he said was demeaning, like to even the way he phrased it, like gratitude is something that is transmissible among humans. So the fact that I'm not being maybe sending him gratitude somehow excludes them as humans, that was definitely terrible to say. And we can find out that the French government somehow in their light, according to them, has been using the Burkina Faso to make benefit, but they have not been getting the benefit back. So from the video, we can really tell that the stand that the French president had when addressing Burkina Faso or their leaders was not a good stand. The fact that he even implied that they are behaving in a way not human-like, like somehow they're behaving like extraterrestrial, or say in a way, was not good. And like I said, it's not bad for a government to take its citizens' interests at heart. Whenever another country somehow faces some sort of anger, or they are upset that a government is taking their interest of their citizens at heart, I don't get the point. Like, people are angry with Donald Trump, now that maybe some people are angry with Ibrahim as well. Other governments, maybe the France is angry with Ibrahim as well, because he's deciding that he wants to bring some sort of revolution to his economy. So it really never makes sense when you find people pinning nations against each other. There is a way, I believe, that we can exist, find the ways that we can benefit each other, and stay out of the business of one another when it does not concern us. Even looking into the land law that has been stated by President Ibrahim, I feel like it might, like there's a maybe 60-40% chance that it might be the best thing for Burkina Faso, because once you are giving all the authority for land to the government, if the government itself is not well structured, that could go very bad. And looking at Burkina Faso to be a country that's experienced a lot of bad governance over time, now trusting Ibrahim could be a good thing, but he has plans on stepping down soon. So he has to ensure that the government that is going to leave these plans that he's putting in their hands are well enough to keep it going, because this is something that could either bring a very big revolutionary increase to Burkina Faso or just crush the economy, because if they put such authority in the hands of corrupt government once more, it is going to bring some sort of disastrous effect to the Burkina Faso country. And all the citizens of Burkina Faso are really praising their new leader. They love him. When you go and check maybe how they comment under whatever he says, decisions, they are really looking to him as a person that will bring a lot of change. And I see he's very determined. I see he has their interest at heart. But one thing I always know is, like, I'll never turn my back to a soldier with a gun. There's a reason why there are so many there are many coups up in Burkina Faso. So I'll just advise the people of Burkina Faso that before they give their full trust, before they put in the jump in, the fall in love with this new president, they should give it time. They should give it a lot of thought and intent. He is looking for their good, but then again, there are always those other people in government that are under him that are waiting for him to just step down so they can use everything that he has put together to instead bring the country down. Because coups can be very tricky. They can either help to uplift the government, help to uplift the state, or they can be this thing that everybody eventually regrets. And this one is looking to be a very good one. Burkina Faso, the president seems to be making a lot of good changes, even if other countries are maybe hating for his changes. But as long as people love it, why would you say anything? As long as the people of Burkina Faso are happy, then that's all that matters. I think that's what he should focus on. That's what every president should focus on, the happiness of their citizens. As long as they are praising him, as long as they are happy with his coming, then everybody should shut up. So I think it's a thing of the media to take a step back from creating assumptions, like the assumption that maybe Burkina Faso is working in line with South Africa to somehow make like America upset. They are very clear about where they have their differences. They are clear about their differences with France, the fact that they want to have an alliance with Russia. Those are things they have come clear with, but I've not seen them come clear with, like, they are having some problem with America or they are trying to team up with South Africa. Like, the media tries to make links where there are no links. And we should always try to support the fact that every president is going to consider their citizens as a priority. I really love the fact when I see any president, any kind of government putting their citizens as a priority and like just saying, to hell with whatever other country, whatever their interests are. Yes, we're going to work with each other, we're going to help each other, but I'm going to put my citizens first. Like, that's actually what every government should be doing. But we'll see scenarios where we'll find government officials that are trying to make some sort of financial benefit, and because of that, they somehow reduce their standards or do that at the expense of their citizens. That is the real bad governance. Every government should put their citizens first, regardless of the interests of the other countries. So props to President Ibrahim Traoré. We're really hoping that he's going to keep on this line. I really do find it suspicious that he never kept with his decision to go for the June 2024 elections. But looking at everything he's doing now, I guess he actually had the right to stay a bit longer. So for as long as he's here, to the next government that comes, we're wishing Burkina Faso the best. Yeah. So that's all for the video, guys. I'd like to know your comments. What do you feel about everything that President Ibrahim Traoré is doing for his country? Will you want a government like this? Do you feel it right that the media is pinning presidents against each other? Do you feel it right that some countries are getting too poke-nosing other countries' business? Let me know down in the comments below. But before you go, make sure to like and subscribe to the Next Generation Media channel so you don't get to miss out on any of our subsequent videos. Bye.